Hi, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Experience. So, woke up earlier. I called. I forgot that this weekend was not my weekend for the kids. Again, since they've been targeting me so heavily, my memory has been greatly affected. So I'm leaving, and I text Pam to let her know I was on my way. She calls me back. She's like, "Oh, it's not your weekend, this and that." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, she's like, "Yeah, look at your text. Remember last week you texted on this way?" I had to look. I was like, "Yeah, you're absolutely right." So I totally forgot about that shit. Anyway, this was around 11:30. At was it minutes to two? I called my son. His phone was off. Just went into voicemail. Again, they're doing the same thing over and over again that they usually do, right? Where if it's there's a weekend, where I try to talk to my kids, my son's phone, his phone will be off. So I call on her phone and I ask her what the kids were doing, if they're up. She's like, no, what have you. Then she calls me back about half an hour later from the post office, and I'm like, okay, why you call me from the post office for? To try to, she's like, oh, Alyssa got into her glitter and some other stuff that she had. There's some hearts shaped, sticky things, right? She does her crafting. So I said, okay, I'll call her later to speak to her, because she want to have this conversation. Like, I don't have a conversation with you. You don't, I'm not going, you're not trying to pull me into that, you know what I'm saying, into your game. I'm not interested. So I just said, hey, I'll call them back later, what have you. Call them back around, call back around, what was it, like minutes of four? She's like, oh, I'm on the phone. So I said, I call Ethan. His phone is still going to voicemail. She's like, yeah, he misplaced his phone. I'm like, how? When my son was playing his game on the computer when I left yesterday, okay, and he had his phone on the charger, right? So I know what she does. She takes his phone, okay, when she doesn't want me to speak to them, because that's what they do. That's what these women will do. Why? Because I'm not watching the kids, so she can go to Amsterdam. Like, I'm not doing it. Okay, I'm not doing it. I've stayed with the kids while she went away for her job, for whatever. She went on vacation with her girlfriend, for a week or have you. I stayed with the kids, no problem. Like I said, it's when you continue to disrespect me, when you're gonna tell me, you're gonna curse at me because I'm not fixing your toilet. That is when you calling me a mother effer and all this shit and all this shit. After all that I've been doing, this is how you. And I said, no more, no more. Like I said, and then she got her mother offered me like $500. I said, no, I didn't even respond. I didn't even respond because I'm not doing it. Okay, I'm not doing it. I told my son, I said, listen, I'm always here for you guys. I'll always watch you guys while your mother go away. But I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm not doing it. Okay. And I told him, I said, when you get older, you become a man. Never let somebody disrespect you to the point where they think that they can talk to you however they want to. I said, even if they have kids for you, okay? You can love your kids, right? But you can learn to stand up and put your foot down to stop the disrespect, right? And so so I guess she's mad about that. That's what it is. And that's what they'll do. They'll always use the kids to try to hurt you, to prevent you from speaking to your kids. And why? Because the state gives them that power, right? So because again, the state gives them that power. As much times as my kids are missing school because of her, continues to leave for school because of her, the school has never, right, call her to say, hey, you need to make sure your kids leave the house in time. And what she'll do if they do call, because I went to the parents' day meeting with her about both my kids, and she put the blame on the kids. And then the teacher's looking at me. I'm like, hey, I have nothing to do with it. We don't live together. Okay, I pick up the kids in the afternoon. If there's an issue, here. Always blaming the kids. I said to the teacher, and again, I wanted to show the teachers that my point because she's always blaming the kids. I said to the teachers was like, yeah, Ethan, you got it, this and that. And I said to her, I said, look, okay, I said, I'm not gonna let you guys blame him or blame my daughter, okay? particularly when their mother don't let them go. Their mother will come in like she did the other night when the kids was in bed sleeping. She came in after she went out, whatever she. I think she went to a basketball game, happy after work, right? Comes in the house, wake up the kids after I just put the kids to bed, right? And this is what she constantly do: sabotage these kids, and she does it uh, purposely, you know. And so then the next day, what happened? The next day, what happened? She wakes up late. The kids woke up late, and she left them home. And she texted me saying that the kids wasn't feeling well. How they not feeling well? They was fine the night when I left, when I came home, and when I got there the next day, they were fine. My daughter was still sleeping because she probably was up all damn night. But again, this is what they will always default back to. And this is the type of mindset that they've been conditioning into, particularly black women, as I said, Negropean women, right, who've been given this false sense of power over black men, because the racists within the police department, these white racists and the black Sambos and Sambinas, particularly these black men, these religious ones, right, who want to use and frame up a setup, particularly these women also, so they can sleep with them. You gotta. I keep saying, as black people, particularly black men, we need to understand what's really happening here, and how those within religious institution, and those who believe in religion, who occupy positions within law enforcement, this is their behavior. These are the dark triads, right? And these are they're highly narcissistic based on their religious belief system, right? And so they will engage, they will use their authority to give them jobs and positions and stuff like that, right? Again, creating gatekeepers. See, I refuse to be a gatekeeper. As I said, we need to really start to understand what's going on and how they will manipulate us as black men, right? Using psychological warfare, right? Covert warfare, technological warfare against us, against our minds, against our health, right? And because black women and women in general are more easily manipulated through what? Through material things, okay? And guess what? They gain their loyalty. They gain their loyalty. You must understand that. And women are attracted to men in power. Whether these men are doing good or bad makes no difference. Okay? You need to understand that. Anyhow, talk to you guys in the next video.